What if everything you thought you knew about Jesus was wrong? What if there was another gospel, hidden, forbidden, erased from history, that tells a completely different story? A story where Jesus was never crucified and where he predicts the coming of someone else centuries later. This is the mystery of the Gospel of Barnabas. Quest for knowledge.
A text so controversial that the church fought for centuries to keep it out of sight. A manuscript whispered about in secret rooms, dismissed by scholars, feared by believers. But what if the truth is much stranger than fiction? In this video, we'll dive deep into one of the most mysterious and debated texts in religious history. You'll discover what the Gospel of Barnabas really says, why the Vatican refuses to recognize it, and whether it could reveal the lost link between ancient faiths and perhaps even between God and something not of this earth. To understand this mysterious gospel, we have to go back not just to the first century, but to a world where stories of gods and prophets shaped the destinies of nations. Barnabas was one of the early followers of Jesus mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles. He was a companion of Paul, a preacher, a traveler. But their friendship didn't last. Barnabas disagreed with Paul's version of Jesus' message. Some historians believe that this conflict led Barnabas to write his own account, a gospel that preserved what he believed to be the true teachings of Jesus. But then it vanished. For centuries, no one mentioned it, until whispers started appearing in medieval manuscripts of a lost gospel that told a story closer to Islam than to Christianity. Fast forward to 2012. Turkish authorities announce a shocking discovery, an ancient leather-bound manuscript written in Syriac, believed to be over 1,500 years old. The news spreads like wildfire. Could this be the real Gospel of Barnabas? The Vatican quietly requests to examine the book. Media outlets call it the Bible that could shake Christianity. The text, though fragile, contains radical ideas. That Jesus denied being the Son of God, that Judas was the one crucified instead, and that Muhammad was the prophet foretold by Christ. Whether authentic or not, the discovery reignited global debates. Why was the Vatican interested? What secrets could this book hold that made even the most powerful religious institution uneasy? Inside its worn pages lies a story that challenges everything the New Testament teaches. Jesus in this gospel is not divine. He is a man chosen by God, a prophet with the mission to guide Israel back to faith. He denies calling himself the Son of God and warns his followers about false prophets who will twist his message. Most shockingly, the book claims Judas betrayed Jesus, but was punished by being made to look exactly like him. It was Judas, not Jesus, who was crucified. According to Barnabas, Jesus was taken up by angels alive to heaven and will return at the end of times. It's a story that aligns more with Islamic theology than Christian doctrine, which raises an even deeper question. Who influenced whom? The similarities between the Gospel of Barnabas and the Quran are striking. Both describe Jesus as a prophet. Both deny the crucifixion. Both speak of a single, indivisible God. Could it be that early Islamic writers had access to lost Christian texts? Or that someone, centuries later, rewrote Christianity through the lens of Islam? Some scholars think the Gospel of Barnabas was a later creation, written to bridge the gap between the two religions. Others believe fragments of ancient oral traditions survived in unexpected places. Either way, it forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. How much of what we believe is history,
and how much is interpretation?
When the manuscript was found, the Vatican's official statement was silence. They neither confirmed nor denied interest, but sources claim they requested access to study the text. For an institution that guards its doctrines so closely, even acknowledging the existence of this gospel would be explosive.
Why? Because it directly contradicts the core of Christian belief, the divinity of Jesus and his crucifixion. Imagine the impact if millions suddenly believed this version instead. It's no wonder the Vatican remains cautious. But the silence only fuels curiosity and suspicion. What if the Church knows more about early Christianity than it admits?
Let's be honest. Most historians agree that the surviving manuscript is medieval, not ancient. Linguistic evidence suggests it was written between the 14th and 16th centuries, possibly in Spain or Italy. So no, it's not a first-century eyewitness account, but that doesn't make it irrelevant.
Because what it represents is powerful, a window into how people of the past reimagined their faith, a reflection of centuries of dialogue, conflict, and curiosity between Islam and Christianity. And yes, manipulation too. Every religion has rewritten history to fit its own story. The Gospel of Barnabas may be less about Jesus and more about us. Our need to believe, to question, to find meaning.
So, what's the truth about the Gospel of Barnabas? Maybe it's not a hidden revelation, but a mirror. It shows how faith evolves, how humans interpret the divine, how stories survive, even when forbidden. Whether written by a disciple, a monk, or a reformer, this text forces us to question the narratives we've inherited.
And perhaps that's its greatest gift. Because in the search for truth, what matters most isn't who wrote it, but what it awakens in us. Curiosity, doubt, wonder. And maybe, just maybe, a deeper understanding of what faith really means.
They thought they could bury the truth, but truth doesn't die. It waits, hidden, silent, until someone dares to look. Maybe that someone is you. The Gospel of Barnabas. The secret is no longer a secret.
Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel to learn more interesting facts about our world.